Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Jenganjeru. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here. Any other time we have a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. In the same way, when we have a man on board, the man must be looking for a woman. And because today we are having a woman, I will tell you the kind of man she is looking for. I want to give a disclaimer that our guest on today's show is coming from the UK, but she's a Kenyan citizen who is working and residing in the United Kingdom. Now, you could be asking yourself, what kind of a person is she? What kind of a man is she looking for? And what culminated to her singlehood? I want to start by telling you that on this show, we bring people for the purpose of marriage. On this show, the relationships that people get here are intended to lead to marriage. And that is why we have been able to achieve so many marriages and we continue to achieve them day by day, because at the end of the day, we will be questioned. Everything will be rated on whatever scale. Did you deliver? And that is the question we ask ourselves. That's why we took the paramount responsibility of connecting families together. Now, our guest on today's show is a 44-year-old single lady. In fact, she is a minister. A minister is a is a preacher or a gospel ambassador of the word of God. She's born again and she's living in the UK for a couple of years now. And she was originally from Kenya, central Kenya, and her name is Tesi. So Tesi is single and searching. Again, at the age of 44, you could be asking yourself, why is she single? You understand that we have always opined on this show that the covenant of life is more important than the covenant of marriage. If you're living in a toxic marriage, you better quit. If you enter into marriage and you realize that this marriage is not good for your mental health, this marriage is not good for your breakthrough, this marriage is hindering you from ministry, this marriage is toxic, this marriage cannot deliver, it is not within the plan and the will of God, then you are always free to left. I'm telling you this because I've realized from this show that most people stay in marriages and some of these marriages are very toxic, and when they stay in the marriages they later realize that you cannot change people, and the moment you realize that, sometimes it's too late. You've wasted 20 years of your life, 30 years of your life, and this something could have been saved earlier on. So Teshi is single. She was in a dysfunctional marriage and she's officially divorced. When I say that somebody is officially divorced, that means the other party moved on and she moved on. They have papers to prove that they are officially divorced. This is not a casual separation. Again, she's a minister of the word of God and she's born again. She's in fact running a Christian podcast. She's very, very, very supportive in terms of families. She's running programs. She believes in marriages. She's doing so well for the vineyard and she's doing well, and she's looking for a man, especially in central Kenya, a man who is willing to settle down from the ages of 40 to 50. This man should be, you see, that is within the same age group. So if you are a man and you are within the age bracket of, let's say, 40 to 50, this is the ideal woman for you. She's born again, and you see, when somebody is doing the work of the ministry, then it's good to join hands and be willing to also share in the same cup, share in the same cup, that you're on a mission together. You serve God. You don't necessarily have to be a minister, you don't have to be a preacher. You just need to be a believer. So, one, you have to be a Christian and a God fearing man. And when I say that you have to be a man, okay, those are things that can be negotiated maybe from central Kenya, but it is non-negotiable if the man is in the diaspora. So the man could be in the diaspora, maybe Europe. The man is in the US, Canada, Australia. These are the kind of men he is willing to have because she's also in the diaspora. She's in the UK, as I said in the beginning. So if you're there and you're single from the ages of 40 to 50, and you're looking for a woman who is 40 years, a woman who is God fearing, and she's a mother of one daughter who is a youth now. And you see, when somebody is coming up, is coming with a daughter, if you're having or a son or a child, that is, you also don't have limitations. You could be having a child or children. in an arrangement, and then probably you can give it a trial. So Teshi, I will post her WhatsApp number on my Facebook page at Jenganjero, so that as many as of those who could be interested can get in touch with her directly, and then one thing will lead to another. If you're there and you're interested, you can get in touch. And yes, that is her story. And I said that she has been in the UK for a couple of years now. Everyone is going out there or living here depending on what works for them. And there are so many things about her, very, very many good things. There are so many things about people that I don't mention. And some of these things you come to learn when you listen to the stories from the horse's mouth. So when you listen to her, I've been talking to her. In fact, if you get in touch with her, she's my friend. If you get in touch with her, then you will be getting a gem, because she's a good woman, admittedly speaking, and she's also beautiful in equal measure. So you can get in touch, and you will be getting a very good woman. You see, these relationships are meant to lead to marriage, and that's why I tell people it is always important to speak with somebody, get to the courtship position, and then you can make a decision on whether or not you will proceed with marriage. We can only wish her well, and we hope that she is going to get a good match. She's currently residing there. At the moment, no plans of coming back, okay? Because you see, when you've just lived for a couple of years out there, and probably you've become a permanent resident, and or you are not even a permanent resident, you're just living and working there, then there are things you want to achieve. And until you're able to achieve them, then you don't just fold your tent and then hang your boots. There are things you want to achieve. And I believe that even men who are there in the US, in the UK, in the diaspora, they have missions, visions, and aspirations. They have dreams and ambitions they want to achieve. So, and before then, they have to achieve them even when they fall in love. So, we can only wish Teshi the best of luck. I will post her contact on my Facebook page at Jenganjero. And if you're interested, you can get in touch. I told you today I'm going to bring people who are in the diaspora back to back. Expect some two more, and then we can call it a day. God bless you. This is Jenganjero. Bye bye.